This is Aidan. Aidan is in his 60s. He's not exactly svelte, and he has the fitness level of a banana fritter. The question is, should Aidan buy an e-bike? Well, spoiler alert, he already has. This is the MiRider One electric folding bike, and in a masterful stroke of originality, I've named it Tango. These bikes cost about £1,600 new, but being a tight arse, I bought mine used for rather less, thus being able to cushion my aforesaid bottom with the optional gel saddle and off-roady tyres. Getting ready to ride is simple and pretty quick, unless you're an idiot like me. Raise and lock the handlebars, unfold the centre hinge and secure. Raise the saddle to a suitable height and flip out the folding pedals. I'm sure I'll get slicker with practice. Probably. Okay, off we go, and no, not riding through that. If you saw this recent train spotting video of mine, you'll know I'm more than capable of hurting myself without creating further risk. Okay, off we go, and this appears to be something wrong. Bear with. Okay, off we go again, and no, still not happening. Finally, I realised that Mongo here hadn't tightened the seat clamp, causing my bum to swivel to the left. Probably the only time I've taken the advice of the Spice Girls. So this is the Manifold Way in Staffordshire, formerly the route of the Leek and Manifold Light Railway. Their big thing was milk, and particularly transporting it in the most convoluted way they could manage. The line saw little passenger traffic, mainly because, to quote one local wag, "It starts in the middle of nowhere and ends at the same place." I think he was Leek's answer to Noel Coward. Anyway, milk, yes. You see, they collected the milk from a local creamery, put it on little narrow gauge trucks, then loaded those onto other trucks, which ran on standard UK rail gauge, clear as milk. As you might expect with such a winning business formula, the Leek Manifold opened in 1904 and lasted barely 3 decades. Now, I was going to pretend on this video that I was pressed for time on this particular day, and so only rode a bit of the line. However, the truth is, I'm a navigational moron who started halfway up by mistake and caved in when he reached the T-rooms, of which more anon. The MiRider offers 5 levels of battery boost for fat lads like me. Claimed range on a single charge is 45 miles, and the bike weighs around 18 kilograms. We'll come back to those stats a bit later on, as frankly they're both a bit rubbish. Ironically, more people now pass along this route every day than they probably did each month in the times when you stood any chance of being run over by a train. As you can see, it was a lovely day and it's probably busier than usual. Watch out for walkers, and be sure to ruthlessly mow them down with those big knobbly tyres. I'm obviously joking. Just a glancing blow with your elbow should do the trick. I'm still obviously joking. Probably. The route is pretty much tarmac all the way. Unfortunately, there are places though where the surface is about as smooth as the physog of former Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega. Oh sorry, did I mention that the MiRider has ickle-bitty 16-inch wheels? That means you'll be feeling every bump and vibration. Although it does save you a few quid if you've ever been tempted to try one of those massage chairs you get at motorway service stations. I'd strongly recommend padded cycling trousers, under which bike experts strongly recommend not wearing pants. But then, they also strongly recommend slathering your buttocks with some sort of cream. I tried Anchor Squirty, but it wouldn't stay in place. Talking of cream, it's not long before we get to the delightful tea rooms at Wetton Mill, where all of us intrepid outdoor types get to put back on all the calories we've just lost. I literally plumped for the Bakewell tart, though perhaps I should have also grabbed a sachet of hoisin sauce to ward off the local mafia. Anyway, let's head back. There's no denying that electric bikes are just damn fun. They somehow invoke the carefree, joyous feelings of childhood when you first got onto 2 wheels. But alas, those feelings don't last long. Putting it simply, there's no way you're getting 45 miles out of this baby unless you also recently won the winner in the 215 at Kempton Park. And here's the rub with electric bikes, and I'm not talking about cycling pants. The heavier you are, the fewer miles you'll get. And given that rotund folk of a certain vintage are ostensibly the prime market for this product, that does seem a bit self-defeating, doesn't it? When the power evaporates, there's even worse news. You see, e-bikes are, how can I put it, well, heavy. That's what they are. With a flat battery, 18 kilos suddenly seems a hell of a lot of machinery to propel with two aging, dodgy legs. What's more, the MiRider One has no mechanical gears to alleviate the misery. Similarly, that folding mechanism may make it easy to fit the bike in the boot of your car, but then again you might just put your back out getting it in there. In other news, the MiRider's short frame length does limit the space between handlebars and seat post. I'm not mega tall at 5'11", but I did feel more like Noddy than Bradley Wiggins most of the time. So to come back to the original question, do I really need an e-bike? Well, a few days later I went out on my long neglected manual 24-speed hybrid. Mostly I managed just fine, over actually more challenging terrain. So if, like me, you haven't cycled for a while, give the old-fashioned pushbike a go before emptying your bank account. You might just surprise yourself. What do you think? Would an e-bike benefit you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And that's certainly not a blatantly obvious attempt at manipulating the YouTube algorithm. Oh no. Ah yes, and press subscribe. Thanks, and see you next time.